Welcome back. This is Daybreak, and thank you for staying with us. The hashtag on X is Citizen Daybreak. The SMS code is 22422 at Citizen TV Kenya and at Ayub Abdikadir. News just in is that the three-judge bench that was empaneled by the Chief Justice Martha Koome and presided over by Eric Ogola and made up by Justices Anthony Mrima and Frida Mugambi have declined to issue the conservatory order sought to stop the Senate from proceeding with the second leg of the impeachment of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And that did happen, of course, yesterday when they made the prayers before the three-judge bench in a day that was equally filled with court cases and last-minute efforts by the legal team of the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who earlier in the day, yesterday, also sought similar orders from the High Court, and Justice Chacha Mwita, in declining to issue the much sought after conservatory order by the team of the Deputy President, said that the court could not stop the Senate from hearing that is set to start today on Wednesday at the Senate following the impeachment of the Deputy President on Tuesday last week by the National Assembly. Then thereafter, similar prayers were made before the three-judge bench of Eric Ogola, Frida Mugambi and Anthony Mrima. And the pictures you are seeing live on your screens at the moment is of the just concluded case at the High Court, where the ruling was made by Justices Eric Ogola, Frida Mugambi and Anthony Mrima, who have declined to issue the conservatory order sought by the legal team of the Deputy President to stop the Senate from proceeding with the second leg of the impeachment of the Deputy President. And they said in their ruling that public interest in this case tilts in favor of Parliament to first complete its legislative process and mandate. The applicant will not suffer prejudice if Senate proceeds with the impeachment, is what the three judges have said. In also declining to issue the order sought by Gachagua's legal team, it said the three judges also said that he will not suffer any consequences as a result, and they say that he can move to court to challenge the outcome in the aftermath of the conclusion of the process by the Senate. Petition will not be lost. The court said it can still adjudicate the outcome of parliamentary process according to the ruling by the three-judge bench. So with me in studio still is the former Law Society of Kenya President and Advocate Eric Dhauri, who is with us here to give us an account of going through all these issues that have been developing in court since yesterday and the concurrent court cases which had happened yesterday. One determination was made yesterday, the other some few minutes ago, and I want to take his account here before bringing in my team, which is in Parliament, and to provide us with the live links from what will be happening at the Senate in the course of the day today. And Mr. President, thank you for staying with us. Much appreciated for your time.
Thank you, Ayub.
Was this expected?
Yes, I think that I'm not surprised by that decision. I think that it is the correct decision by the courts. The courts on this instant have been consistent, I think, in the 24 petitions that have been filed. Are they 24 or 25? We even lose count. They have been spot on in terms of getting it right. Mm-hmm. We saw that the court in Kirinyaga gave certain directions that were very good in terms of enhancing public participation, that then the National Assembly did comply with. Yeah. So at the right time, in terms of the various infractions that have been brought to court, mm-hmm. the court gave what was a measured intervention in a manner that was intended to aid the process. And mm-hmm. so you look at it and you can see the balancing that the court had to do. Mm-hmm. Look at it and say, okay, fine, 1 day for public participation may actually not be enough, and it might not go across the entire country, and then make that intervention. And I think that in the proper way of doing things, that would perhaps be the right manner in which the courts should handle this process, considering that the impeachment process per se. And let's look at it. The Constitution requires a motion to be moved, a motion to be supported by 2/3 in Parliament. Once that has been done, prima facie, you have a proper motion. So to stop it, then it must be something so seriously constitutional that infringes on the rights of the person who has gone to stop it for the court to intervene. So in a measured way, say, okay, fine, we see this public participation is not a good enhance it. And that was done. So that is not to say that the questions that are before court do not have merit. And I think that if you listen to every judge who has pronounced himself on this issue, they have said that the petition raises weighty constitutional issues. But it is an exercise of what we call judicial avoidance at this particular time, so that the process then is complete. And after the completion of the process, and then it becomes the right time to evaluate everything.
And Mr. President, stay with us because we want to bring in Seth Olale, who is live for us at the very same courtroom where the three-judge bench had just delivered the much-awaited ruling just an hour before the Senate kickstarts that proceedings before the House. And good morning, Seth. And as expected, as you covered, Justice Chacha Mwita yesterday, this is again a supplementary of another setback for the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, and the Senate now has the nod to proceed with the second leg.
Well, good morning, Ayub. A big blow to the DP, whose latest attempt to have Parliament barred, or rather prevented from proceeding, or rather completing its impeachment proceedings against the DP, suffered yet another blow. Like you rightly said, the three-judge bench, including Justice Eric Gola, did issue that particular objection, declining to grant conservatory orders, stopping Senate from proceeding with its legislative mandate, which is here the DP Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment proceedings that is just underway and about to be open to the media at 10 a.m. The judges right now have left the courtroom. There is a 20-minute break. They'll come back to rule on yet another matter. This is yet another application by the petitioner representing the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua. They are seeking to amend this particular application and to present it before this particular court on the 18th of this month, being a Friday, a step or a move that has been rejected by the respondents of this particular matter. We are talking about the National Assembly, the Senate, and of course the speakers of the bicameral House, hereby represented by Benson Elemo, who was also part of today's proceedings here at the High Court. And so the judges will come back shortly and determine whether to allow the petitioners a chance to amend this particular application. But like you said, just to bring you up to speed with just a recap of what the court thought in declining to issue conservatory orders to the applicant, hereby the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. The judges stated that he will not suffer any prejudice with the ongoing matter before the Senate, saying that this court has jurisdiction to oversee and to overturn any illegality by Parliament. They also stated that it is in the public interest of separation of powers that Parliament, through the Senate, hereby completes its legislative mandate of hearing and determining the impeachment of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. So what we're waiting for, Ayub Abdikadir, is for the judges, the three-judge bench, to return to this courthouse and decide on whether they will grant the applicants a chance to amend this particular application. The details of this amendment are not yet have not yet been revealed. It could be seeking to block any nomination or any swearing in of a potential deputy president should the Senate goes ahead and adopts National Assembly's impeachment motion report that endorsed, or rather okayed, the impeachment of DP Rigathi Gachagua. A move, like I said before, has been rejected by lawyers representing the National Assembly, the Senate, and the speakers of the bicameral House. We are here at the Milmani Law Courts and will bring you the latest. Ayub.
Thank you, Seth. Live for us there at the courtroom where the three-judge bench presided by or headed by Eric Ogola and made by Justices Anthony Mrima and Frida Mugambi had declined to issue the conservatory order sought by the legal team of the Deputy President, led by Senior Counsel Paul Mwite. Seth, thank you. Then we head to the epicenter of where then this leads us, which is at the Senate, where in Parliament's precincts we have our quartet of Stephen Leto, Emmanuel To, as well as Melita Oletenges, to tell us more about what's happening in terms of what's building up. And we now link up with Stephen Leto, who is in Parliament. Good morning, Stephen. Such a quiet story.